All right, guys, we are back. It's your boy Dom, and I'm back to do week 23 predictions for this season's English Premier League. It's late on a Friday night. I'm kind of sleepy from the day's exploits. I got work early in the AM. Premier League matches are in the AM for me because I'm in America, guys. And listen, I'm tired, but I have to be consistent. Got to keep dropping these videos for your head taps, man. So guys, we had European football during the week and it was quite intense, and the Champions League group phase is actually winding down with only one match day to go. So Aston Villa lost to Monaco 1-0. In the other games, Liverpool defeated Lille 2-1. Arsenal picked up a 3-0 win against Dinamo Zagreb, and most embarrassingly, Manchester City giving up a 2-0 lead. A 2-0 lead to lose 4-2 to PSG. A PSG without Neymar, Kylian Mbappe, Lionel Messi, Edinson Cavani. None of those stars play for PSG anymore. And we got spanked, I have to say. But the new crop of players, pretty good. Bradley Barcola, Desiree Doué, he's been really, he looked decent. Ousmane Dembele came off the bench and tormented. You know what I mean? So, listen, man. PSG did their thing. They did their thing. And, of course, Manchester City wasteful on the night as usual. And our defense, non-existent. Non-existent, man. Our defense has been the weakest part of our game this season. With the gaping hole left by Rodri in the midfield, definitely make our defense look very novice, I must say. So we did have games in the Europa League where Manchester United and Spurs barely brushed past their opponents, but no game in the Conference League until next month. So just wanted to run through those fixtures before we get into the Premier League predictions. I am not going to be super long on the predictions like I do on the reviews. I just want to get the predictions, out, give you guys my quick thoughts, and we're going to keep it moving. So Brighton versus Everton. So Brighton's had a really good run against Everton, and I think, with Everton coming off of a really big win in their last game, Brighton also picked up a massive win against Manchester United. I could see these two teams cancelling each other out with a 1-1 draw. I don't see Everton putting on such a good performance against Spurs and then come here against Brighton and not at least put up a solid fight with their new old manager David Moyes back in charge. So 1-1 in my prediction for that one. Brighton, I'm leaning more towards Brighton, but they're a very, very unpredictable team. Liverpool versus Ipswich. They brushed aside the Tractor Boys 2-0 earlier this season, and the newly promoted Ipswich are finding it rough to pick up points, especially against quality opponents. And I could see this one also ending in a win for Liverpool, 3-1. High off the Champions League win, doing great in the Champions League, top of the table. And, unlike Manchester City, who are barely hanging on by the skin of their teeth with one match to go and a must-win game for City. But Liverpool do not have that problem. They're flying high and, they deserve all the plaudits, man. 3-1 to Liverpool, and they continue to dominate the Premier League on top of the table. So Southampton versus Newcastle. Well, Southampton have not won any of their last 5 matches against Newcastle. I don't even think they picked up a draw the last time I checked. And Newcastle, they need to bounce back from that loss in their last game against Bournemouth. And I do think they're going to bounce back against the Premier League's weakest team this season, Southampton. So I'm going to go for a 4-1 win for Newcastle for them to come roaring back I feel bad for Southampton, man. Seriously, I feel bad for their manager, their new manager. He looks like he's just stressing all the time on the sidelines. But it is what it is, man. One team are gonna look really, really bad every season. There's always gonna be a team down at the bottom of the table there. And this season is Southampton. 4-1 to Newcastle. Guys, Arsenal versus Wolves, man. Wolves versus Arsenal. Listen, it's going to be hard to predict against Arsenal here, even though I think Wolves do stand a chance of picking up a draw. But I am going to say the Gunners, they need to win. It's imperative that they win. Picked up a draw in their last game. They would feel like they kind of taking the foot off the gas, letting Liverpool get away from them a bit. And I think they'll bounce back here. Even without Bukayo Saka in their ranks, they have to, put their powers, they have to combine their powers. One player got to step up. If it's not Trossard, Martinelli, one of these guys got to step up, man. They have Raheem Sterling. These guys got to step up and fill that Bukayo Saka role, even though he is quite irreplaceable. But for this one, I am going to go for Arsenal win, though. 2-1. Wolves, did start well with the hiring of their new boss, Vitor Pereira. They're trying to, recruit new players during this current transfer window. But I think, Arsenal are going to get the better of them. 2-1. Bournemouth versus Newcastle. Two of the most informed teams in the league. Two of the best teams in the league right now. And listen, it's going to be hard to separate them. For this one, Areola and, Nuno Espirito Santo, they've been punching above their weight all season. And listen, I don't know. I can't separate these two teams right about now, guys. I'm going to say a 2-2 draw. And you know what, guys? I was thinking this week. If Manchester City needs a quality new manager, someone who's not like outspoken or pretty disgusting, repulsive, I can see Manchester City hiring Andoni Iraola as their next manager. You heard it here first. You guys might not agree, but I've been looking for a manager to replace Pep for a while. And I think Iraola could just fit the billing. He's not like a superstar manager. Like he's not well known. He's not popular, but he's been punching above his weight and flying under the radar. 2-2 for Forest and Bournemouth. The next game, Manchester City versus Chelsea. City did beat Chelsea early on this season, but that was when, City had Rodri. Things were looking good. It was looking like it's going to be 5 in a row. But it's definitely not going to be 5 in a row. City are not winning the title this season. As much as I want to be hopeful and think that certain scenarios could suit City, then we go giving up 2-0 leads against PSG and also against Brentford. I don't know what is going on, man. This is unlike Manchester City. The Manchester City of old. Once they score 2 goals, you are out of the game. You are never coming back. Very rarely teams would come back after City scored the first 2 goals. City just knew how to shut out games, grind down their opponents, and just keep blasting in goal after goal. But it ain't the same, man. Look, can't take Chelsea lightly. Enzo Maresca, former Pep Guardiola underboss, and he has Chelsea playing really, really well. Guys like Cole Palmer, Madueke, Nicholas Jackson, these guys are definitely going to be a threat, even though they're dealing with a lot of injury problems in their midfield and in their defense. And this is where I think the Achilles heel is going to be for Chelsea in this game. City's attack has been, looking a lot better than the defense. And Pep has announced that the 3 new signings are going to be involved for the Chelsea match day. Abdul Kader Kusanov, Vitor Reis, and is his name Victor Reis or Vitor? I can't remember. And Omar Marmoush. And I never actually pictured Manchester City signing any one of these players. So it's gonna be cool to see how these players turn out and if they hit the ground running. I could see Omar Mamouche definitely getting some game time here, and I would love to see him hit the ground running and scoring and tormenting Premier League defenders though. Guys, I think this one is going to be a high-scoring thriller. I'm going to go for 3-2 in favor of Manchester City. The Premier League form has been good. They haven't lost in a while in the Premier League, and you know, I got to correct myself because City just lost to PSG there in the Champions League. So I'm going to go for City though. You know, Foden's playing well, Haaland's playing well. We're going to be without Doku, but we have Savinho, Bernardo, Foden. You know what I mean? You know, we're going to be all right, man. We're going to be all right. So the defense just need to get their act together. I think Diaz would be out as well. I think Ake has also been injured. So we're going to be light in defense. I could actually see Kusanov starting this game. Listen, I won't be surprised if Pep put him out there, man. He been playing for Lens. Send him out there. You know what I mean? Baptism of fire. But who knows? Who knows? It just might be Mateus Nunes. And this is why we're giving up leads, man. They have guys like Mateus Nunes in defense. He's not a defender, man. You know what I mean? He's not a defender. Anyways, 3-2 in favor of City, in my opinion. You know, so that's 6 matches done. Let's move into the Sunday matches where we have 4 games on Sunday. Tottenham versus Leicester. Postecoglou, he did get some respite by winning his Europa League match, but Spurs need some league wins, and they need them badly. For Leicester, it's the same thing. Ruud van Nistelrooy, he needs some wins. Is he even still in charge? 7 losses on the bounce. I didn't check to see if there's been any sackings or anything, but I doubt, man. I doubt. You know what I mean? I doubt. So, guys, for this one, I don't think Tottenham's going to win this match. I think this is going to be the game where Leicester kind of, you know, pick up a point, a well-needed point. They need a point, you know what I mean? 1-1 is my score prediction. Spurs are dealing with some injuries at the moment. They're playing a lot of inexperienced players like Archie Gray and Lucas Bergvall, you know what I mean? And a few other, you know, Jet Spence comes to mind. These guys are not first-team players. You know, these guys are fringe players, you know, bench players. And the attack has not been really hitting the straps, fair to say, especially in the Premier League. I'm going to say a 1-1 draw. I think Leicester needs to pick up some points, and they have to take advantage of Spurs having a Spursy moment right now. 1-1 is my prediction. Guys, next up we have Crystal Palace versus Brentford in this mini London derby. Well, listen, Oliver Glasner and his boys, they've been picking up a lot of points. You know, Brentford, they've been doing well. I know I haven't been talking about league positions and all of that. That's insignificant right now. We're going to talk more about that when we do the results. So, for this one, guys, I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw. I know both teams, they do have a lot of threats up top. Crystal Palace does have Eze and Mateta, as well as Ismail Assar, while for Brentford, Mbeumo and Wissa are the main threats. So I'm gonna go for a 0-0 draw. However, I don't like predicting 0-0 draws, but there's always a 0-0 draw. More than likely a 0-0 draw every week. I'm gonna go for a 0-0 draw. Aston Villa versus West Ham. This one is also a difficult one to predict, in my opinion. Even though Aston Villa have been getting the better of West Ham across the last 5 matches. But I just feel that, you know, with Aston Villa playing Champions League, you know what I mean? And there's been a few incomings and outgoings at the club. I could see this one ending in a draw. A high-scoring 2-2 draw, in my opinion. You know, Graham Potter back in the Premier League, managing West Ham. I could see them putting out some better performances and picking up some better results. And guys, last but not least, Fulham versus Manchester United. Guys, this is going to be a Craven Cottage. I do not think Manchester United barely beat Fulham earlier this season. That was the first match of this season. And I could remember that. Fulham should have picked up something from that game. Guys, Fulham are not losing this match. I think United are losing this match 2-1. And it's going to be another embarrassing outing for Ruben Amorim and his troops. I heard how he spoke about United. United are actually, this is the worst United team in a very, very long time. And if they continue like this, they're going to get dragged into the relegation talk. You know? They're going to be all right, man. Ipswich, Leicester, and Southampton are not playing well enough to drag Man United into the relegation talk. But look, still got 16 matches left. That's a lot of points, and, you know, there's still a lot to play for. But I do think Fulham look a better team right now under Marco Silva. You know, they're playing some really good football, and I do think they're going to definitely take the scalp of Manchester United. They're going through a whole lot of stuff right about now. They need to throw with a team and do a whole rebuild. You know, maybe that's coming next summer. But still, it's the players that they're attracting. They're not attracting players that I think could go out there and win them trophies. So, guys, I got it done. 10 games. I am very sleepy right now. I'm about to go in and get some rest. I'm tired, man. I'm tired because I got to go out there tomorrow and grind once again, man. You got to keep making this money, man. Got to keep making this money. And, guys, to make money on YouTube, you basically got to live on the platform, especially as a football content creator. And I just don't have the time anymore, man. I used to put a lot of time into this channel, but I just don't have the time anymore. But, guys, I do have the time to drop this bum-ass prediction video for your head tops. And if you got all the way to the end of this video, guys, I want you to drop a fire emoji. 2 fire emojis. Come on. 2 fire emojis in the comment section down below. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. Big up to everybody who dropped fire emojis in the last video. Let me see if I could actually find the names of some of the persons who dropped the fire emojis. You know, to give you guys a shout out. I think you deserve a shout out, man. So, you know, fire emojis, man. Let's go. Let me see something. Let me see. So, big up to Chimcho. He dropped the latest fire emoji. Big up to Obina. Obina is my boy. Big up to Randall Brown. Big up Randall. Andy Callum. Big up yourself, man. I know Andy always drop the predictions in the comments. Appreciate that. Big up to, let me see, Derek Amiole, or however you say that, man. Big up yourself, man. Big up yourself. 680. You know who I'm talking about if you're watching this video. Big up to Gideon Ahim. Gideon Ahin, 8287. Big up yourself. Big up to Chris Raj. Big up. Big up to the boy Doug from the Dugout Football Channel. Appreciate Doug always stopping by. Big up to Victor Ojomo. And big up to Kenji Misaki. Yeah, Kenji Misaki, quadruple 6. Big up to you, man. And who else? Do we have any more? That's about it. Appreciate all you guys dropping the fire emoji. Drop your fire emojis down below. Drop 2 fire emojis, 3, 4, 5, how much ever you want to drop in the comment section down below. Guys, I'm your boy Dom. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. Subscribe if you're new. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad. Guys, let me know if I missed any major talking points down below because I can't cover everything, man. But I always feel like I missed something. I don't know why. All right. I hope Manchester City picks up a win tomorrow because I'm fed up, man. It's been a horrible season. But listen, we've been on top for quite a while, man. We you know, it is what it is. See you soon.